First off, I want to talk to somebody. Is this screen clean? Let me get something out of here. Let me clean this camera off, all right? And I'll do it right with you, so that way there's a lesson in it. Clean your camera before you talk, Pamela. Okay, so check this out. You see a lot of people come online and they put makeup on and stuff like that, right? I'm one of them. You get to see me on the half mark, the first, the run, the go. See, let me tell you why. There's a reason that people get online and do this kind of stuff, okay? They want to show you that they can put makeup on. I didn't start wearing makeup till I was old, you know. But I started wearing makeup when I was about, I don't know, in my late 20s. I was just the kind of person that went natural. But then it's also fun to wear makeup too. Okay. Here's why I'm coming on here today, everybody. Let me get this set up here while I'm putting my makeup on. And I got this fan that's blowing. I'm getting on my nerves as well. Okay, here we go. There's so many people in the world that can't, like, get things done, like, quick, right? Like, they get all flustered and stuff and can't multitask. I find that musicians can multitask because not only you following a strum and a chord, you can mix it with words and match your voice with a guitar. This is going to all fit together. Be patient. Because I hear from people that I skip around when I actually don't. It's their brain slow. And they probably do realize I do skip around, but they don't give the page in the book enough time. Sometimes, you guys, let me just tell you something. When you read a book, you're not sitting there going, I'm tired of this book, I got to throw it down. Something in it has already grabbed you to read. Okay? So if you give things a doggone minute, just like you people out there that can't cook something. Okay? Now, I'm one to talk to about these type of things. Let me tell you why. The reason I'm one to talk to about it is because I'm a painter, and I really do like instant gratification. You know, instant gratification in a lot of different things is very helpful because it's quick. Email it, fax it, microwave it, all this kind of talk. I've said all these things before. Thank you for being patient. My point to you is we're living in a fast-paced world. That's why they came up with that saying, watch a tree grow. Because people knew people need to settle down. Okay? And I'm one of them. Look at this hair. I ought to cut it, but I don't want to yet. For the simple reason that hair can be beautiful. But it also is nice if you can manage it, okay? I'm not able to manage all this, but I do like it, okay? Because it's fun. What's even more exciting is to watch the gray. So let's flow together on back what I was talking about. Instant gratification, you thought I forgot. Instant gratification meaning painters, cooking, things like that. People just don't want to cook. They just want to rush through somewhere and eat something. They're not smart enough, like the good Lord said, to bring an apple. Or they pack a lot of the stuff. Now, I notice in the store that there's a lot of intelligent people that are bodybuilders. Don't you think for a minute Miss Cool don't stop and look in their cart. And I let them know it sometimes. And they want to brag on it. I'm like, what's that? Oh, you eat that then or there? You can learn things from people in the grocery store. You don't want to interrupt their shop. Don't get me wrong. But you'd be surprised at people that are willing to share something beautiful with you that you can learn. Because they learned it from somebody. Here's the people that are not good to be around. Those are the ones that hide info. They don't want to tell you about a shortcut. They don't want to tell you, hey, it's better if you keep your legs closed when you're young and don't have a baby early. Miss Cool had a baby young, but it wasn't like that. And I can come on here and be real, okay? Things happen. Because a person has a baby real young don't mean that they was all over the city. Okay? It could have been a one-time deal. It could have been a lot of people making fun of a person that has a baby young saying otherwise when they weren't there and don't know the situation. But we all can get together and say it was a banana that was green and it wasn't ready. But sometimes people have to grow up fast. I was one of them. I've dealt with a dysfunctional family for years now. You know what's sad is? They all got money. Like money's going to fix their character and identity. That isn't going to do anything for you because the test came and you failed. Okay? People and families don't want to deal with people like me because sometimes, and a lot of times that happens on Facebook. You see these people coming out. They're sick of it. They're like, okay, I got to tell somebody. And so they turn their phone on and they do this very thing Miss Cool's doing with you right now. Okay? And when it happens, it's okay, you guys. You know, you got a finger right here. Hopefully not the middle one. I like it when people don't want to flip the bird and then they use their ring finger. It's like stupid. But you have a voice. Come on and say how you feel, honey. You can do it. You can wear makeup. You can beautify. You can celebrate life. And you can talk about when you were a doggone waitress. You can talk about you had a child young. You didn't have an abortion. You didn't give your baby away. I'm not trying to mess with people that do. Those are your decisions. But for Miss Cool, I had my baby. I had my baby C-section. We can talk about it. Because the baby was big. 8 pounds and 6 ounces. My mama named him. I let her. Now that I look at it, I like that name, Christopher. It's a good name. As far as Miss Cool talking about being a waitress all my life and not going to school and college, I had an old Greek man that hired me, and he said, you know what, Pamela? What I'm going to teach you today, you can do anywhere in the world. I'm like, really? Now, for those of you out there that can't accept my makeup thing here and what I'm doing, I understand, because I do things my way. And that's the problem with the world today. Nobody wants to realize that people can do things their way. They're already, before they're jumping the gate. That's why they always like shoot the gun off and say, okay, you guys got to line back up. You guys got to line back up. Why do they say you got to line back up? Because they jump the gate. And when they jump the gate like that, guess what happens? It's a bad start. Sometimes people that have a bad start can end up with a good ending, okay? I kind of poofed my hair up a little bit to find the balance because when it's long, you got to bring it up and then you tie it up and then you can kind of go into like hair stuff. See here? Look at here. What's really cool is when you can get a hold of this tea tree oil, okay? What's the price on it? Thank you, Lord. What was it? $6. You open this up right here and you put some in your hand like a dab right here. Look at here. You see that? And just put it in your hair. Okay, and then you can manage it. And then all through the day, you guys, let me tell you what happens. You smell it. There's nothing more wonderful. Thank you, Lord. See, I say I can multitask, but I'm focusing on this. Yeah, I just run at the mouth, you guys, most of the time. By the way, I'm not making any money. I'm not monetized on this. I leave these things for people that I don't know that may want to know. My family and different things like that. My daughter had said something about, Mom, some people take over on Facebooks and they monetize. Well, if anybody wants to do it that knows me, they can, I guess. I don't know. I'm not interested in all that. I'm just interested in the, go back to the circle, instant gratification. Meaning that if I have something on my mind, I write a song, grab my guitar, paint a painting, you know, or people just don't want to talk about it because you have to do it every day when you drive. Every day when you drive a car, you guys, don't you have to make instant decisions cautiously? if you can't react and you're one of these people that just do everything kind of slow, there's a tribe for you. And they're not necessarily old folks. I've seen some older people fold clothes real quick like me. I've seen older people get in the kitchen and whoop it up. I've seen young people laying on the couch. Yeah. And dirty, soiled clothes. They need to get up and take a shower, brush their teeth, clean the clothes, make their bed. Yeah, you don't have to be militant, but it is a good idea to enforce some type of things that they can pass on to their children. Okay? Or else, they're just going to meet folks like them, When they meet people like them, then we continue the dysfunction, okay? This is coconut, see? Coconut's wonderful. Not only can you put this in your hair, you can rub it on your arms. Okay? And you can do the coconut groove. And then you can leave a piece out and say, guess what? My hair's probably that long. I was thinking about cutting my hair, but like I said, I like to keep it up and I like to put it up. So anyway, back to being a waitress, you learn options. When you're a waitress, you learn options. Still today, I'm like, finding myself when I talk to people, I'm like, you have options. Okay, they get in a mess, they get in a jam, they can't figure things out, and these are simple things. Because they only want to go one direction. There's a lot of ways up a mountain, and there's a lot of things on the menu. Make a decision, make a choice. And I'm one to talk because when I go in a restaurant, I'm the worst to wait on. I want my steak cooked a certain way. It's almost like I just want to put my purse down and put an apron on and go back there and say, what's going on? And I don't go in with an attitude ever that I can't learn something. Miss Cool's not like that. I want to learn. It's just dealing with people that are fake, that don't want to accept the fact that they too can learn something. You got all your master's degrees up there. I get on Facebook and everybody's like, the school of hard knocks. You don't need to say that all the time, okay? What school did you go to? My brother's got the Tijuana High. It's like, chill out. All of our avocados come from there, man, and you enjoy those. Everybody's got to give an account for what they say in their words, especially yourself. You guys don't think on here that I rewind it and I make the option and choice to load it? I do. But there's something in there, something that someone might want to hear besides myself. You guys have some respect for some waitresses. If you get a bad waitress, then I'll stand with you. But as far as I go, I learned so much. I learned about people. I learned about life. I learned that we made $2.13 an hour, and it's still good today. You learn that sometimes you can give people a little teapot full of hot water and some napkins and set it on a plate so they can wash their hands. People like that. And then I found out in the long run they do it on first class, on an airplane. So you start developing things to earn money in a classical way, in a dignity manner, and what would you do for them? Do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you. In a positive way. Love one another. But don't let people take advantage of you. But you could play possum sometimes just to give people enough rope they could hang themselves. And then they learn and you learn that time's up. It's Miss Cool saying, peace. I don't know everything I went over today because I'm doing this on a natural, just kind of like coming on. Natural high, meaning I do have some special chemicals that get the cascading and flowing. But basically, you'll hear my heart and you'll hear the gold. Not only can you hear things and smell things and visualize, once again, I come to people about mind, body, and soul. You college people can call it anything you want, but we're going back to basics for Miss Cool. There's different feelings, different adventures, different moments in your life that you'll sit back and say, I just could have handled that different, or I'm glad I did. Either way, be cautious of what you say, help the children, and if you're lacking in patience and kindness and things like that, and you want people to speed up in your car, slow down. Let them go around. There's nothing worse than people trying to rush you. Just like somebody comes up to you and say, how's your day? I don't know, how is my day? Are you going to give me a chance to tell you? Or did you just say that to be, on the surface kind? Because I want to talk to you about how my day is, because didn't you ask? The point is, do they want to hear it? Do they want to hear about it, or did they just want to kind of be fake and say, hey, how's your day going? I don't know. I'm having some struggles. It's hot out. I need some water. By the way, my mailman was here today. They brought up my new shoes, and I said, hold up. And I wanted to get him a water. Kindness is wonderful. And if the people that don't let you be kind to them, they have an option too. Maybe they realize that people gave them things in their life because it was an exchange of now they get to do something to you. Interesting, huh? Check out my teeth. Not to change the subject or anything, but some folks hate nail polish. But I like colors. But I like natural too. But here's the deal. Looking at myself in here today with my makeup on. Letting you guys in here so I could share with you. Funny, the little table I'm sitting at is called a vanity. Do we want to be vain? No. Do we want to beautify? Yes. Can we? Yes. Do we judge ourselves? Yes. Are you judging me? Watch this. Sometimes I dampen that. I always lick my finger sometimes with the children in the front of their hair. If we was going to church or somewhere. They don't care. They were inside you anyway. But it doesn't mean you can't give them their space and be clean. But everything needs to be examined now. Have you guys ever noticed that? Everything needs to be examined. And why'd she say that? And why did she do that? And oh my goodness. And it's like, can everybody just get along? That's my question to you. Okay? Check out these little units. I'm saving these little jars because I think they're super cool. Just put your tongue on it. Back in the day, we didn't have really, really, really good makeup. And if you were kind of poor, didn't have a lot of money, you did with what you had. That's what I think is cool. I always have been the kind of person, even if you have the means, you have another option to do it another way. Isn't that cool? Miss Cool likes that. Be cautious. Using knives, cutting in the kitchen, driving. It's the little things that mean a lot. I know one thing. If you go without something in your life and you get it, you can overdo it. Like I'll think to myself, do I need 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 things? Just get one thing. Okay, chill out. You might be dealing with some things that were in your past you didn't have enough of, okay? And so now you're trying to compensate, okay? The first step to any type of growth and healing is acknowledging it. These things that you acknowledge are not comfortable, but in the long run, guess what happens? You're smarter than the ant in the Bible. That's why I like the Bible. Everybody thinks, oh, you got to change. Oh, it's miserable. Having sex, making love, making a child. Oh, it's terrible. It's awful. Did anybody ever think that it could be good? That you'll never die if you have a child because you live on in them? Did anybody ever realize that God gave you all those parts for a reason all your life? To you women that don't want to have children, I respect that. But you had all those periods. How many years? And guess what? What for? I guess to put some twinkles in your eyes, your hair to flow. But it could have been to have a child. Yes, it could have. Got to respect others. And when you say stuff like that to people like that, they're like, oh, you're just jealous. I am not jealous. I am not jealous. I am not. I accept who I am. Do you accept who you are? I accept who I am. And that hasn't been easy. Okay? Because I already know that I'm a glass of water from a different country. The country I'm from, it's called the land of Oz. Kidding. just, we're all different in many ways. It's just the love that we show to one another. And I'm going to get on my way now. Wanted to do a shout out. Have a wonderful day. I always have a little spray bottle. You want a little mist coming around this way. My granddaughters come over and they sit at my vanity table. That's what I wanted to say. It's too bad that they called it a vanity table, because we don't want to have vanity too much. We don't want to be vain too much, but a little bit of it for self-esteem, okay, and confidence would do you some good. Look at yourself today and say, my, you've come a long way.